Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your man Jermaine Showtime Stone, aka the Wolf of Wine, aka the Zara Bobs, aka Young Thanos. I'm just out here collecting Infinity Stones. I got my brothers, y'all. We are here, another episode of Wine Bars. Gentlemen, how y'all feeling?
Bars.
Yeah.
Feeling good, feeling great,
Bars.
man.
Cassidy the Hustler.
You know what it is, man. Every week we get in here, we debate our favorite rap lyrics with wine references in them. I got my dog Jerome Fenton.
Yo, what up?
I got Vino Martin. I got John, aka Vino Martinez. I got Terrence, aka Capital T, in the building.
Sir.
Are y'all ready to debate, man? What's good? What y'all drinking, by the way? What's going on?
Me, I got some dry Riesling that I can't necessarily pronounce, but it tastes really good. Can't complain about it this far.
I got some Sensol from the Languedoc from Super Glue. Shout out to Seeps Collabo. Delicious.
Yeah, and I'm drinking that good old Keller.
Oh man, I was thinking about getting some Keller, man. Couldn't find any, bro.
Sorry, fellas. Water.
Nice.
I'm really having a stuffy night, stuffy nose. Allergies is killing me, so drinking won't make this night sufficient for me.
You know what?
Cool, don't make no excuses up when you take these L's today.
That just means you got to go first today, man.
All right, let's go.
That just means you gotta go first. So, what bars are you bringing to the table?
All right, so I'm bringing Pusha T. This is from Fear of God 2. The verse is, "Oh, what a feeling! The champagne spilling. All this dirty money got me bathing in millions." And I love this whole thing right here because Pusha T. This was like when he was on a re-up gang, and this was like official hardcore coke, the cokest of coke raps.
He was still hustling at that point.
Yeah, they were still.
The deal went bad.
Yeah, they had a tour bus full of drugs. You could definitely tell they were moving some shit around at this point. Yeah. And it just gives you that flashy, like, boisterous rap that I just love. So, and then, the champagne spilling is like, it doesn't even matter if it's spilling. I'm bathing in millions,
Gotta be cheap out here.
Yeah.
Champagne spilling, I'm bathing in millions. Yeah. Pusha T has a way of he can really paint a picture. He his lyrics are very vivid.
Yeah, and then they're also like super simple. It's like it's not like he's using massively big words.
He doesn't waste any words, like every single word.
Well, he's not trying to confuse you. Like, exactly what it is. It's just like very poetic in the way it's done. So I love this whole verse right here and the re-up gang clips and the whole re-up gang records. I love that whole time and era as well. So,
how many toasts are we gonna give Jerome? I feel like it's a hot rap. I like the verse. I like Pusha T. I think that I'm gonna give this one 3. I'm gonna give it 3 clinks. I'd say I would give it 3.5. I would give it 3.5. I like the I just like how vivid it is. Like the whole champagne spilling, I'm bathing in millions. Like Push, he's that kind of rapper. I took some points off because it's talking about champagne, and I don't feel like it necessarily like elevated my palate or my mental rap palette. Like, we got to develop a mental rap palette. It got to be, diverse and have a bunch of different varietals in there. And champagne is very synonymous with the culture. And I think it works, but I'd like them to switch it up and give me a different varietal. Well, speak about wine from a different place.
Damn, son.
That's a
man lift me up and then punch me in the gut.
That's the bar.
Solid. I'm giving. Look, man. This wine bars, man. We gotta have a high standard here.
Does the bar age well? Does the bar age well?
I think so.
Yo, you hit me with like Mike Tyson on them punching bags. I wasn't stung. 3.5.
River shot.
How much you give that one, John?
I'm gonna go 3 as well. Here's why though, because Pusha T could really dive into wine. I'd love to see like Pusha T with like some deeper, like more extensive bars into it. You know, he's got the money to drink it. I'm sure he's drank some crazy stuff back in the day, even now. Mm-hmm. But it's succinct, it's to the point. But like it's like a by the glass wine. You know, you're not gonna celebrate, you're not gonna keep it. It's good. Drink it now. It's nice.
Yeah.
To the point. But I'm not gonna savor it. If we got to keep the quality high, it's just a reference to champagne. But it's Pusha T, so you can't not Pusha T less than 3. Yeah. And the song is fire too.
Definitely. How you feeling, T? Where you ranking this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to also go with three clinks out of 5, man, for this one. The main reason is I feel like Pusha T does take you there. You know what I mean? Like, he does take you there in that little moment. But that was early Pusha when, it's from nothing to the drug money before the big deal when you can kind of get out of the street and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, he's ignorant to the fact that, he's going to that go-to wine, that go-to champagne, probably Moet, If not, some people think Prosecco was champagne, because it tastes almost the same. So I feel like he was just naive enough to not care about what he's talking about, but, it's just showing off for people in his bracket, if you will. I could do this all day. You might do this for the night, but I could do this today, tomorrow, and the next day, So for that, I'll give it 3 out of 5.
So average 3 across the board, man.
Damn. All right. Now I'm going to be disrespectful to all of y'all. I'm just joking.
All right. So I'm going to spit mine. Mine is a classic. And I'm going with this one because I just don't think this line ever really got its just due. It's Hove. He said, how did he say this? He said, I got extensive hoes and expensive clothes, and I sip fine wines and spit vintage flows. No. Like, yo, this is 1996. This is the world's introduction to Jay-Z. The mass market's introduction to Jay-Z. And I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't get this line. I didn't fully understand this line until maybe 10 years ago. This dude was rapping about, he used a double entendre from being at a wine tasting. I sip fine wines and spit vintage flows. Now, for y'all that have been to wine tastings, that you're supposed to sip and spit. And I feel like you have to be at a certain level to understand that is a requirement at a wine tasting. And Jay-Z and his drug dealer self in 1996, Hove with the Lexus and the Rollie and the bulletproof vest, that Hove was telling you nuanced details about wine tastings. And he's using this shit in it's a real wine bar. This is in my opinion, a perfect wine bar, because it's simple enough for the average listener to appreciate on the surface level. He's spitting flows, fine wines, sip fine wine. He's spitting flows, that's dope. But when you really understand what he was doing and you catch the double entendre, that takes that line to a whole different level. So that's my wine bar, man. I'm going with Hov.
Nice. All right. I have a question. I want to say you sold the shit out that fucking bar.
I tried, baby.
You sold that bar better than the bar was. I'm like, God damn, this nigga made me understand this shit. So one of the questions I got to ask is, if you're not in the wine world, do you ever catch that?
You catch it on the surface level.
No, but do you catch the double entendre?
Well, that's why we do this.
No, I'm just saying. If you've never been to a wine tasting and you don't know how that actually works,
you're right. You know what?
Well, what happens when you do go to one and then it clicks? It's finally
I
You
feel
ever
like
like hit?
it's even better that way.
Mhm.
It's like it's even better when not everyone gets it. Like there's something about knowing the shit out of a line and understanding it like a decade later. You know, there's something about it. It's like you're how many times do you have the opportunity to rediscover art? You know what I'm saying? And that's what Hove gave
Really
me.
pitching out here. He really selling that vacuum
you
out
should
here,
get.
son.
What team do you pay for in the MLB, bro? I thought quarantine got you guys out of here. You still playing? Like you are pitching right now, bro.
Man. You know what I mean? We out here shutting, bro. You know what I mean?
you are definitely
throwing
shut.
curves out here.
Get me. It was a dope line, man. That line deserves its flowers, man.
You're 100% right. So because of that, I'm gonna give it a 4. It's Hove. It's
a 5. That's not a 5, B.
Nah.
He's still upset about the 3.
Nah, it's not that. It's not that, guys. No, it is. It's a great bar. It's Hove. It's perfect. The thing for me is that sometimes I hear the double entendre thing, and but sometimes like. It's a little too complex. If I never ever experienced that wine world, it's like I would never ever get that, So there's a part of that for me. It's like come on.
I think.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm just a hater. Whatever. I don't know.
It was actually a triple entendre because the whole vintage flows.
Yeah.
I'm just.
See, I'm just. All right.
That's
John
fair.
was right. I was hating. That was a shitty explanation. I was hating. So because I was hating, 4.5, and that's it. I'm done. No more.
I'll take that half.
Because the explanation was trash.
All right, what you got, T?
I'm gonna give it a 4, and here's why. It definitely is a dope triple entendre. It was definitely a catalyst for a few things that we kind of saw, that kind of made sense when we were at certain events and shit, and how we seen the vibes that were set. You know what I mean? So him saying fine wines and vintage flows, I kind of just feel like that in itself, you have to grow up. Like someone who still listens to Jay-Z from that moment, you grow with that type of artist, you know what I'm saying? And with that, your taste also grows, So even though it was small and subtle, but also if you don't know, you probably wouldn't know until you got to grow up and, experience that type of stuff. Long story short, you got to catch up to Hov. He's always lapping people. So that's why I give it a 4. 4 out of 5, bro. The delivery, though, was exhausting. You know what I'm saying? Your explanation was a little... I give it a 4, bro.
No, look, man, you got to take all that into account. You know what I mean?
That was a 98 mile per hour pitch ball right there. Jermaine was pitching it.
I think that was the whole fan in him, though. Like, every whole fan has this bias,
Let me tell you something. I've been breaking that wine bar down the entire time y'all motherfuckers knew me.
I'm gonna give it the 5 it deserves, though.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Here we go.
Because then, like, what more do we expect? Like a wine that keeps giving over time. It's vintage. You've been breaking it down the whole time. We've been getting it the whole time. It's like a wine that keeps evolving over time. That's what we want. That's a wine bar. It's vintage. He was probably
classic wine bar right there.
He's probably drinking like wines from the 80s. He's probably drinking stuff we don't even know about. He's probably had access to it way beyond. Hove's got a plethora of wine bars. He's probably who to go to. So if anybody's gonna get the first 5, I think we got to give it to Jay.
Yeah. Nah, Andre 3K got a 5.
He did
last week.
Yeah, Hove is just the guy, man. Like, what more can you really say, man? Like he says, I got a little Gaja 9-7. And the ad-lib is, excuse me, miss before he actually starts the song. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I just discovered Gaja wine. So
we can go on and on about that. I think it's a 5 because once you get into the fact of actually spitting wines, like you need to know about that. He was probably as some shit, and now you're gonna hear it, and now you're gonna listen to the song again and be like, all right, I get it now.
All right. So to all the listeners, everyone here is from New York, so we couldn't have not gave it a very high number.
You already know.
He got the NYC here. When you
So
hear that,
for all the worldwide fans, be like, these guys are caping for Jay-Z hard. Yes, we are caping for Jay-Z, and there's a reason. So you just want to keep that in mind.
Oh,
And speaking of Jay-Z, that is actually the bar that I brought to the table was a Jay-Z bar as well. Long story short, let me just get to the bar real quick, and then you guys can let me know how you feel. I used to drink Cristal, the motherfuckers racist, so I switched the gold bottles onto that spaceship. You gonna have another drink, or you just gonna babysit? On to the next one. Somebody call a waitress. That's Jay-Z. On to the next one from Blueprint 3. Now, of all of the shit we just said about Hov, that I feel like is the pinnacle of Jay-Z's evolution from that moment. From '96 to in recent times. You know, he owns his own wine. You know what I mean? Like that Ace of Spades has a lot of history that comes with it. And I just think the bar, although I don't feel like the song really aged too well, I don't really hear people play on to the next one. The album as a whole was a solid project. So that's why I picked that particular bar right there.
I think I'm gonna give that 3.5.
Okay.
Clinks, because it was an extended bar. The bar kept giving. Like, can you spit it real quick one more time?
Sure. Hold on. Sorry.
It's like the ill shit about it is he kind of told the story with it, and then brought it back to be like, bring another round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I used to drink Cristal, the motherfuckers racist, so I switched the gold bottles onto that spaceship. You gonna have another drink, or you just gonna babysit? On to the next one. Somebody call the waitress.
Yeah. So like, what really took? I thought it was an average bar until he took it back home to the hook, like on to the next one. Somebody call a waitress, like. You know what I'm saying? He calling you pussy because you're not drinking enough. I thought that was ill. That was dope. So I would give it a 3, but because it had a long finish, I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a 3.5.
Appreciate you, bro.
I'm gonna say a solid 4.5.
Wow.
Okay.
Really like that album.
Because you didn't take too much vitamin C, bro?
Because I'm not a hater.
Got it.
Also, Jay-Z is one of those rappers that like you hear like that ownership. It's like it's been consistent in all his music over and over and over. And you hear the ownership of the Ace. You see that moment where he switched from Cristal to Ace, and then it's like once that moment shifted in rap, it was like Future and all the other Drakes and everything else. They just all started this. Everything was aces, ace. It was a different gold bottle. It's like, oh, I switched to gold bottles. There's a different one now. And, the product is still high quality, still luxury. And it still has the same level, but it's now a Jay-Z owned product, just because it was like, yo, you guys are racist. Like because you were racist, I became a business owner. It was like, wow, so I gotta give it a 4.5. It's that type of ownership and type of boss talk. And then when you do that type of boss talk, and then just be like, yo, call the waitress, like it's like I'm still a boss. Like it keeps on giving, like you said.
Bring ass over here.
Yeah. So because of that, like the empowerment thing that's behind it, and then also like how relevant stays, I'll give it a 4.5.
And it was pretty bold, like call them out like that. Like, yo, the motherfuckers racist. Like Rotor is still around here. Like they still exist. Doing shit.
Well, I'm a co-sign that 4.5 because it's important. It's still around today. It's an alternative to a brand that is still around and people are still buying. So, consumerism is important. Like supporting the people that support you and supporting the people that you want to make money from it is really important when it comes to wine, when it comes to practicing farming or whatever it is, marketing, however you want to put it. You gotta back that, and it shows like bossmanship all the way through. He owns it. He went from like buying and just being a consumer to being a producer. That's how much he wanted it. So you gotta respect that.
Facts. All right. So what you got this week, John?
I'm gonna go still New York, but we're gonna jump to Queens, and we're gonna jump to Nas. The affirmative action, pretty early in '96. It was written. It says, "My mind is seeing through your design like blind fury. I shine jury, sipping on crushed grapes. We lust papes." That is the epitome of a wine bar to me. You got to know it's crushed grapes. It's going back to that. That's what everything we want. We always want to drink wine. We always want our paper. And, you know, we want jury. Thinking about, you got to say jury, too. You can't say jewelry in that. It just throws off the whole flow. You know, you got to say, you gotta slur it on that. I'm going to always back Nas. Nas is poetic with whatever he says. Nas is top tier for me. I think it gets no better. I'm going to slap a 5 on this before you can.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? We always got to back Nas, and he's just what you want. Is deep through and through. Got to know it's from the bottom. He comes from the soil. And I'm always going to go Nas. Affirmative action, that's one of the top songs. Foxy Brown starts talking crazy.
Yo, Foxy Brown went crazy on that when she started doing all that math.
Yeah,
has anyone ever tried to add that up?
Like, that shit is crazy. It don't even add up.
No one solved that equation.
It's like, what's the square root of 69? 8 something.
Facts. That's another good one.
No, I'm just playing.
Right. So
this ain't math bars though.
Stupid.
Oh, new show. I'm just playing.
All right, Jerome. What you giving it? I need to think about this one for a second. What you giving it?
I'm gonna be a little bit critical of this. There was nothing that was super evolving about this. If I'm just a person that's outside of the scope of wine, like it's like, oh, lush crushed grapes, okay, cool. Like it doesn't really connect. So I don't know, 3.5, you know, it's a complex double entendre. It does all the things it's supposed to do, but if I'm not a consumer of it, like it's gonna go over my head. And I think in a very interesting way, like they can find ways to make that simpler and more connected. So again, it's one of those things that if you know, you know, and then it's cool because if you know, you know, but at other times it's like, bro, I don't know. Why is this so far?
Why am I left out?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, so.
Respect that.
All right, what you got, T? How you feeling, bro?
Since Nas is like one of my favorite artists, you know, I gotta give it a little bias, but not only that, the bar is a dope bar. You know, like 96, man, that's the golden era, you know, that we always talk about, that era is a part of it. And you talking about crushed grapes, like, if you go back and see how 96 looked in New York City, you know, no one from any type of inner city area of New York City should know. At least you would think they shouldn't know that much about, you know, what they're drinking. And, you know, for him to also lay it over with Lust and Paper, you know what I'm saying, one of your money, you know, just that whole getting money thing, I just thought it was amazing. So I'm going to have to give that 3.5, man. You know, like, I'll give it 3.5.
You hyped it up like I was about to get a 4.5 or something.
You know what? You know, I'm sorry. I
was like, yeah.
You know what? I'll take it back. I give it a 4. I give it a solid 4, bro.
Nah, he pitched it real hard, and then it was like at least 62 miles per hour when it hit.
Stupid. I give it a 4, man.
I'll give this one a 4.25 if I could give it a 4.25.
Are we breaking down stems now? Like,
that's Nas Jay-Z
the bottom of you get the base.
You give him the base, bro.
The base.
Yo,
come on.
Son,
hold on, but we all know that's a Nas Jay-Z bias, so we know what side Jermaine's on.
Nah. Listen,
okay.
Real talk. I actually think that is one of the dopest beginning rap. One of the illest starts to a rap that I've ever heard. Like, yo, my mind is seeing through your design like blind fury. I shine jewelry, sipping on crushed grapes. We love. Like, yo, he just like, I'm sorry, man. That shit is, my mind is seeing through your design. Remember Blind Fury?
That movie
Like,
was ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? That movie was crazy. So I just think that overall it was a really dope rap. And then he went down to like Ashan Jury sipping on crushed grapes. We lust papes. Like the whole crushed grapes piece. And there's a way of saying things. Like a good writer can say something and a great writer can tell you something. You know what I'm saying? And what Nas did, like, he didn't just say, like, we Sean Jury sipping on wine, sipping on crushed grapes. You got to put that shit together, you know? Mm-hmm. So I really love that line. I'm going to give it, I give it a 4.5. If it was, I give it a 5 if it was more complex, if it had more layers. But it was just a fire rap, like overall, like that is everything that you want out of a rap.
Yeah.
And John, like I said,
bro, it's beautiful.
Jay-Z, Nas bias, and we know where Jermaine stands. That's really what that explanation means.
Come on, man. You know, listen, man. We all have our biases, and here we are, man. Here we are at the end of the show. So, which way is it gonna go? Who is taking the crown this week, y'all?
Who had the 5? Somebody had a 5, right?
Yo, it's Jermaine.
Right? Jermaine had a you had a 5 in one of yours, though. So I think
does the 5 automatically mean you take it home?
Well, you had a 5, a 4, and wait, what did Jay give you, Jerome? What'd you give him?
4.5.
4.5. Yeah, I think I gave you a 4.
It averaged out to 4.5.
Yeah, so
all right,
it's between you and John.
I think the edge goes. Honestly, I'll keep it real with you.
Keep it
3,000. The spitting flows hit me right now, like to this day, right now when he was saying it, like the spitting. So I had to give it the 5 because I was like, damn, I still never thought about it that way either. Yeah. And I like that bar too. I have that like in my notes on the side. So like that's in the clip. I saw
the tie, man. I have a tie episode.
So I was like, I kind of have to go with that.
Gotcha.
That's my opinion. I'm going with Jay on that. And I'm a Nas fan. I thought I had it today. I was going for the streak.
Yo, you was coming for like headshots today, son. He walked in with the shotty, clock, clock. What's up? Man. I'm out here. But nah, man, I'll take that, man. I'll take that. That line, I really think that line deserves a win. I'm not the vote for myself dude, but this week I'll definitely vote on that one, man. That joint right there, that was a hard line. That was a hard line.
Since you won, you got to send everybody a Keller bottle or whatever you're drinking. Since you won.
No
Thank
more,
you.
Man, it's easy. It's easy. No,
you gotta send us that same bottle.
No problem. So yeah, y'all, this is what it is, man. Another week of Wine Bars. But I need y'all to hit us up. Did we get it right? Who won? Who really won? Did Jay-Z won? Jay-Z 2? Did Nas win?
Did Pusha
win? Did Pusha take it this week? Y'all gotta hold Jerome down, y'all.
Yeah. This was a heavy hitting section today. Everybody came.
I want to see what bars the people might bring that we might not even have thought about yet. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be interesting to see.
Yo, I can't wait to do some shit where it's like, we team up. I ain't even gonna put it out on.
Jerome.
But you know what? I'll see y'all next week on another episode of Wine Bars. Peace.
Thanks.